Yo, what's going on YouTube? Excuse me, it's your boy JoJo back at it again with another video on a not so safe space podcast. Oh, I can't believe that's a tongue twister for me. But yeah, as you can see, actually you don't know, but I just got home from work. Just got a Zoom meeting, and I just want to get a good quick 10-15 minute video out there because I forgot to record after coming home yesterday because I practically wasted my time trying to go get a new state ID. But that's a story for another time anyway. More social media content more social media opinions that I just deem wrong. And this time it's versus battles. A lot of versus battles that some are debatable, others shouldn't even have been thought of, So I'm gonna just start out with the non-negotiable versus battles that I seen, and I'm gonna just give my 2 cents. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into heavy detail because I'm recording from my phone, not super tech savvy, so I can't show you skins and stuff like that. And plus I would like y'all input as well in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what questions just you can ask me questions about certain animes and stuff like that, and if I've seen or read them, I will give you my input. But for sure, I've seen someone asked, could Yuta beat a an early Shippuden Sasuke? Yuta from Jujutsu Kaisen versus Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto. There's no version of Sasuke. Actually, right, yeah, if we start from, training exams or Land of Waves, every variation of Sasuke from there to current completely outclasses Yuta. He beats him in every category. Yuta, Rita is very powerful as a special grade curse, but I don't see anything that he'll be able to do. He wouldn't even be able to tank any of Sasuke's attacks, Chidori right through the chest, how he did Naruto. Cook. Yeah. What are some other non-debatable battles that I've seen today? Because I had a lot going on, so I couldn't even write down or just save them in my notes and stuff. But if I think of them, I'll come back to them. But a couple of versus battles that I have been seeing consistently that I want to just put my 2 cents in. I'm not just gonna say just give the right answer to, because like I said, it's my opinion as well, and my opinion will be wrong to some of you who just don't agree, and it'll be right to those who agree, same as everybody. But unironically, it's Naruto versus One Piece. I was seeing a lot of people saying that Enel would be Kakashi, that Crocodile would be Gaara, and that Kaido could be Ten Tails Madara. Not even Rinnegan Madara, not even a live EMS Madara. Ten Tails Madara? That's actually a no debatable that I should have talked about. That I should have brought up. So that's a no debatable that Madara completely, Ten Tails Madara completely destroys Kaido. And if you want to know why, then please ask me down in the comments. Or if you disagree, tell me why you disagree in the comments, and then I will respond in the next video to all the comments that I see up until I start recording the next video. And I'll do that until I can figure out a way for to set up a Discord channel and stuff like that, so we can actually hear people's voices and converse like regular people versus just reading each other's words off of the cell phone or something like that. But yeah, so Oh yeah, and I've also seen a lot of people say that Zoro can beat like Sasuke, adult Sasuke. Well, Final Valley Sasuke from when after the war arc, you know, when they after they fought like Kage and stuff like that. Like that Sasuke had full power or whatever. No surprise, I think the team Naruto takes like all those categories. Like Anil was definitely strong, decent. He was defeated too quickly and poorly, but the way it happened in the anime, it was actually very fire. But you know, if you remove that aspect and you look at power systems and what they're both capable of and how everything was going, he wasn't supposed to go down like that. But even then, even with that being said, I don't think Anil can beat Kakashi. They didn't even specify like which version of Kakashi. So I'm not even gonna dive too deep on that. I just know for sure that Anil is not beating Kakashi from. Actually, yeah. From the time like Kakashi fought Kakazu, and you know, like when Team Guy and Team Seven, I mean not Team Guy, Team Asuma and Team Kakashi fought against Hidan and Kakazu, like, and they'll not beating that version of Kakashi and beyond. Hey, you know, like I said, give me your 2 cents in the comments, and I'm gonna throw a little change on top of that. You feel me? I'm gonna see that, and I'm gonna raise you. I feel like people. I feel like certain fans, you know, and I mean, some could be saying about the other, but I feel like certain fans don't like the fact that like Gaara can and will seize control of Crocodile if he was to clash like with him. Like they'd be like, oh, you know, like Crocodile sand, like the sand that Crocodile uses isn't himself, you know, but like that would, like, if he was to control sand from the ground, I could see that. But if Crocodile purposely turns himself into sand and then tries to attack Gaara, and Gaara unleashes sand from the gourd and clash with that, and then like Crocodile just slowly starts to lose control of himself because he's being, you know, infused with chakra, pulled in, because he's still that nature. Like, you know, he's still sand. So Gaara can seal him in the gourd, seal him within himself possibly, because he has sealing juice with the sand. We've seen Gaara fight, master, and overcome regular sand, iron sand, golden sand. Like, he has like magnet release. Like, I don't even like, just because Crocodile knows how to control a larger amount, that's nowhere near a win con when like the other person can do more than just use the sand to attack you. Because we should all be in agreement that the sand attacks will not harm these guys. So Gaara literally, like, he's practically sand himself as well. Because we've seen him form out of sand. He has sand clones. He has a sand armor. He's legit Sandman too. He just didn't eat a devil fruit to obtain the powers. So like I said, that can be debated with other people. To me, I feel like that's a no-brainer. I feel like the moment they come into contact with each other, it's over with, unless Crocodile does like some like amazing sneak attack that just downright skewers Gaara. But even then, like I said, people sleep on Naruto characters so much, they just be thinking that, oh, once they get hit, you know, it's wraps. Like, no, when you're doing versus battles, you have to remove like half of their in character traits that, you know, that were you know, like anything that was plot induced in a battle, because it would literally like hinder their ability to fight to their full potential. Because like if we're taking two people that's gonna fight to the death, we're not gonna say, well, oh well, he's a pacifist, so he loses instantly. No, it's a death battle. So he uses everything in his arsenal to annihilate his opponent so that he will kill him. You remove him being a pacifist from that fight. Because why even make it a fight if one's a pacifist? We know one's not going to kill the other. And the only way to conclude this battle is to kill the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not the type of person. I really don't even like versus battles, because the power scaling, it just got way out of hand, and it got worse with the cross verse stuff. But to get back on topic, I see no way of. I see not many. I don't see many ways. I don't have many win cons for Crocodile beating Gaara at all. Um, Even though people love Sasuke versus Zoro, and don't get me wrong, in a battle of swords, it would be amazing to see. And if it was just swords only, like you had to remove all other abilities, yes, Zoro would definitely win. Oh yeah. But outside of that, there is no win cons for Zoro whatsoever. He's not faster than Sasuke, and even if he was, and people need to get this through their heads as well when it comes to Naruto characters, because back on the them using their substitutions and clones to get out of fights or to just trick you in one shot you know, like I said, you have to remove the plot induced activities because it could have happened, but that's not how the story was supposed to go, so it's not going to get written down that way. But sorry, excuse me. Back to the plot. Back to the point. We've seen, if you watch Naruto and you read it and you actually comprehended it as it was shown and given to you, you would know that the Sharingan can copy damn near everything it sees from jutsus. Because you don't have to have the chakra nature in you. It copies jutsus. It copied foot speed. It copied stances to mimic the next person. It'll literally copy what you're doing in that exact moment. So like, if you remove the plot induced actions, who's to say that if Zoro was faster than Sasuke, who's to say Sasuke wouldn't just copy his speed to try to match his every movement and like just neutralize all of his attacks? You know what I'm saying? He do the 1,000 Thunderhawks, Sasuke does it too. He might even throw a little Matarasu in it. How is he gonna stop himself from being the core of a planetary devastation? Please get out of your heads that Genjutsu does not work on those without chakra, when regular ninja that use regular Genjutsu can't do that. But when you have when you're faced with an Uchiha with ocular Genjutsu, it literally says it when Itachi interacts with Team 7 in Naruto, when in Shippuden. But you'd have to read the manga, because obviously he didn't care to go into deep detail in the anime where it was other stuff going on. But in the manga, it says that the Genjutsu user pours their chakra into their opponent. Pours the chakra into you. So you're not even knowing. Itachi pointed at Naruto and put him in a Genjutsu because he was trying to look away from his eyes. Even though Sasuke wouldn't just, he actually would, because he, whatever he did to Sakura after they defeated Kaguya, whatever he did to Sakura, that could easily happen to Zoro. Sasuke could make him the core of a planetary devastation. I don't know. The way I see versus battles, and I know it probably wouldn't work for everything, for every matchup, depending on, the situations and how the fight went and how and how they were defeated. But if they were defeated like regular ways with it, within someone's given abilities, you know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't have to go to an outside source and defeat this guy, something that's temporary, then I should be able to use that as as a weapon in battle. Like Sasuke can definitely go into Susanoo. He doesn't have tail beasts, but who's to say he can't absorb other energy to power his Susanoo? He controls lightning. Like I said, the battle would be good, but Sasuke would just be seeing his movements, countering, and just he'd just be counterattacking the entire time. Like I mess with Zoro heavy, but that's another fight where there is no win con for him to beat Sasuke, unless he just like, oh, Sasuke was spamming jutsus and he missed all of them, and didn't get no lethal hits in, so now he's running out of chakra, he's low on stamina, he's breathing heavy. Zoro still look like he's at 100%, like that. Then he got it. But I'm so sorry, not sorry, but like I'm not even a Sasuke fan. Like I even hated Sasuke in when they were younger. I hated Sasuke. It's like I hated Sakura the most. Still hate her. But I hated Sasuke right after. Cause it's like I hated Sakura because she's over here mistreating Naruto, but lovey-dovey for Sasuke when their situations is like damn near one and the same. And then it's like Sasuke understood that, which is why he did Sakura. But then he still dissed Naruto because like bro wanted to be friends. We're not gonna get off topic. Let's get back to the versus battles. So yeah, the only versus battle that's actually a debate to me, the One Piece versus Naruto side, is Kizaru versus Minato. It's the only versus battle that I actually mess with. Because most people be like, oh yeah, they're Logias, they like, they can't be touched unless you have Haki. That's cap, because like Haki just lets one that doesn't have the elemental counter them. And if in their show, or in the opposite show, not the opposite, if in a different show from a different world, aka Naruto, if they have been shown to be able to touch, interact, like actually physically grab intangible objects, elemental object, elemental, just anything. Because we've seen Naruto catch a fireball with his bare hands. Kakashi cut through a lightning bolt. Naruto grabbed his own soul and played tug-of-war with it to stop it from being ripped out of his body. He wasn't even unconscious and none of that. He wasn't losing strength or anything. So while his soul is being halfway ripped out of his body, he can still exert 100% of his strength to stop it from happening. Man, it's like I'm trying not to state so much of the obvious, but it's like I feel like if we all seen these shows, everything should be obvious. But like I said, everyone still has their the right to their own opinion. But yeah, I feel like Kizaru versus Minato is probably like the best fight you can possibly get from a Naruto versus One Piece fight, because Kizaru, depending on the battlefield, that would be the main factor to me. That would be the main factor of the battlefield. Of the fight is the battlefield. If they're in like a forest or something, depending on how it go, it'll be like high diff from both. Like I said, depending on their choice of tactics and means of striking one another, I'd give it to Minato either way. But if it's like wide open space, like not really too much to maneuver around, just like a wasteland, like not even like just like a wasteland. I'd give it to Kizaru just because I feel like he probably like fly, like try to like stay aerial a lot, since there's nowhere for Minato to hide. He just spam a lot, just Yasaka, Jewel. Like I said, it's gonna be a high diff fight regardless, because if Kizaru plans to fight from a distance, he's gonna have to like be precise with every hit. But Minato is very fast, very smart, very tactical. He's above light speed too, so he's not just gonna get hit easily by any of those attacks. But Minato can definitely touch Kizaru. Like I said, that's one fight that's either way high diff. All depends on where they're fighting. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Depends on where they're fighting at. Very, very, very close fight in a sense of how evasive they both can be. Like it's gonna be like downright lethal. I'm talking just how Minato had to split second slam Obito with that Rasengan in the back. Like it's literally gonna be just like that with Kizaru, and it's gonna be the same for Kizaru. Kizaru's probably gonna the fight's gonna last so long. That's why I say it's high diff. Minato's gonna be so focused on figuring out how to time his strikes to like land a fatal blow, Kizaru is gonna be so amazed on like how Minato's maneuvering and dodging them and what his techniques are and how is he even teleporting, and you know, he just I ain't gonna lie, the way the fight might go, if they're not forced to be bloodlusted and fight like fight to the death, they might stop fighting mid-battle just to like give each other props on like abilities and stuff like that, like just to acknowledge each other's skills and everything. They might even finish the fight, but they won't even go for the kill. I can actually see that happening. I can see it. But yeah, let's see, we did Sasuke, Zoro. Yeah, all right, the Madara versus Kaido. I'm gonna just say this. Oh my goodness, my voice, I'm not gonna lie, they've been rough, but voice is crazy. This is the only thing I'm gonna say, especially when it comes to versus battles, because I never finished my point earlier. I'm just now remembering that. I've been staring off course for too much and my mind's everywhere. Still haven't even taken a shower and gotten comfortable for my work clothes. Like, I just came home, had to immediately get on a Zoom meeting. And then I just had to get this video out before I forgot all the information. I already forgot half of it while recording. But yeah, the one thing I want to say about versus battles is, if you're having a versus battle, cross-verse battle, and the character and one character that you say would win, you're pitting them up. You're putting them up against a character that you claim that they can beat, but they have no way of beating a character that character already have beaten in like a natural way, and the character that you're saying can beat said character has no resistance to any of the ways that they defeated the other character that they can't beat, then I'm sorry, but the character you're rooting for loses, no matter how delusional you want to be. And I'm sorry if that didn't make any sense, so I'm just going to break it down very, very simple, and I'm pretty sure people are still going to disagree with this, but like I said, if you disagree, let me know down in the comments. I'll respond to everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll even make like a side TikTok page. I mean, I have a page up. I have a page already, but like, you know, I'll make like other social medias so like we can actually talk, you know, get my followers up, and I'll just like go live and just, you know, request people up and stuff like that, because I truly think that like there are better ways to decide winners of fights versus just like trying to downplay the other character, because that doesn't show how one person can win, because we know like plot induced events happen in the stories, because that's the whole point for the plot. It has to move forward, you know what I'm saying? But sorry, yet again, back on point, and then I'm done. Seriously this time. So the example I was going to use, people say that like Luffy could Luffy could beat, it was with Gear 5, but it was also before Gear 5 too. So like I said, until we see the full capabilities of Sun God Nika, I won't be mentioning him personally in any battles, because even though his hacks are up there, his stats are like, they're not, you know, they shouldn't, I don't know for sure, but the way they don't seem to be too far from, you know, what we've already seen Luffy do against Kaido. But even then, no one else could actually beat Kaido in a 1v1 for the exception like Shanks, that was alive at the time. Shanks and Whitebeard. I ain't got nobody else beating them. Kaido and them, it's not happening. It's not happening, bro. Y'all can debate me on that too. But yeah. But like, they say that Luffy could beat Naruto, like the last Naruto, you know what I'm saying? Or just any adult form of Naruto. But the way I would see it is like, if we have, or you know, so Shippuden, no, not Shippuden, the last Naruto and Naruto from Boruto are all stronger than Shippuden Naruto. So if if Naruto in his adult form could go back and single-handedly defeat Ten Tails Madara in a 1v1, and Luffy or Kaido or none of them could defeat Madara in a 1v1, then how would they defeat Naruto? Because the same moves that Naruto will be using to defeat Madara, who has better regen than Luffy and Kaido, better hacks, if more hacks. I mean, well, I would just say more for right now. I'm not gonna say better because, like I said, we still don't know the full extent of the quote unquote imagination powers. I think it's just low matter manipulation because, you know, he's a paramecia who turns things to rubber, and you can I'm guessing depending on what it is, you can low-key mold rubber. I mean, he already heated himself up, you know, before. But yeah, yeah, that's the way I see it. Like, that's how I would go about that versus. Like, oh, well, I wouldn't put this version of Luffy up against this version of Naruto because this version of Naruto is stronger than this character who Luffy cannot defeat. You know, that's just the way I see it. Because that's like, let's see. Dang, I don't want to draw a blank for too long. I want to give like a good example that you know, that perfectly fits this scenario. Dang, I can't really think of one right now without it being redundant, but I hope y'all get exactly what I was trying to get at. This is the end of the video. If y'all want to cut it off right here, I'm gonna just be saying thanks to everybody that's pulling up, liking, subscribing, sharing. You know, please comment down below, like I said, what y'all trying to, any questions y'all got, any other videos. Crap, sorry for that ugly close-up. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what else y'all trying to talk about or hear get talked about, and I'll try my best to remember what these crazy other content creators be saying on their podcasts and stuff too as well, because their chats be asking them questions and then like they fire off with like without a second thought, which is how we got to the Sasuke versus Yuta thing. Shouldn't even been a thought process. Overall, JJK would stand a better chance fighting the My Heroverse than Naruto. Even young Naruto would give JJK the biggest run for their money if they don't slam everybody easily. Not So Safe Space Podcast out.